What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to quickly look at what field group does, how to use field group, and what effect field group is going to give you in your next customization. Hi, my name is David. If you are new to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, like, share this video, and I offer Business Central development videos. So you need to check my channel. I have tons of video out there to help you as a beginner or as an advanced developer in Business Central. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into the video. So before I get into the video, we can together look at what we are going to be working with, which is called field group. I know most of you have been developing and you don't mostly use this particular function in Business Central, right? So today's video is going to explain and exploit this process and why it is really important in your development. And also, before I show you this particular scenario, I'm also going to show you some of the challenge that you must have faced and how to fix it. So you see that field groups can fix so many errors, right? So let's get into the video. So right on the development page, I have created a folder called YouTube videos. So on my concurrent videos, instead of me having to create different files, we are going to be maintaining this YouTube video. So what I'm going to do is I'll just keep on creating a folder for different videos. So like you have seen, this is just a basic information on development, right? So today I have created a folder called Importance of Fieldgroup, right? So within this folder we are going to be creating a table, right? Like how we structure our files. So page right, so we have the page, we have the table, right? So I am going to give a couple of examples and create a scenario base and the reality of the issue you might have faced without using field group, right? Okay, so let's go into the table. I'm going to create a first record. I'm going to call this table A.al. Then I'm also going to create a table B. Yeah, right. So my table A and my table B, I am going to create a structure for this, and I'm just going to give this, let me change my ID range to, let's see, 6, yeah, 60k. So I'm going to generate, seriously, 60k. Did you not see 60k? So I'm just going to do this manually. Right, so I'm going to call this let's see. Oh, sorry. You won't believe I wasn't seeing that. All right, so from 60k to 909,999, whatever. So I'm going to name this a let me just name it directly, a table A. Now this is a table B. So I'm going to copy this. I'm also going to paste it for a table A, but just that I'm going to change the series. Then I also change this to a table A, right? So for table A, I'm going to create some field, call this ID. So I'm giving this also an ID. So I can also create some extra field. So let me say this is code of 20, and then let me say name, text of, let's say 100. Let's just give another field, let's say gender, right? So I can give an option. So I'm going to eradicate the rest of this. So I think these options are good enough for me. So this is 2, this is 3, and for my option I'm going to create an option member. So I'm going to create, I don't want to waste much time, so just create male and female, right? So option caption, so that would be male, female as you have taught. Alright, so this is basically what I want to do. So I'm going to create a respective page for this particular table, and I'll do the same, right, for table B, right? So I'm going to give this an ID, right? So we have the same table. So what I want you to take out of this is just for table B, I'm going to have a new field called table A reference. Table A reference is going to be a code of 20. So I'm going to table relate this to table A, right? So this is all I want to do. So I'm just going to create their respective pages. Page A and page B. Right, so going to have ID. This is page B, and this is taken from table B. Edit allowed, editable equals false. I think that's okay. Then I can call the fields, right? ID, name, gender, and table reference. Okay. So let me just rename, or let me copy this. So I can have, do I need to copy this? So let me rename this as the list page, right, and this as the ordinary page. So I'm going to change all of these and make sure this is a page. Give it an ID. Let's say page B. Right. Table B. So we have the gender, we have the ID, the name, the gender. and the ref, right? So we are done with the list, and also we need to add one more, the card ID, to be a page B card, right? So this is good. So we need to also replicate the same thing. So let me delete this. We need to replicate the same thing. So I want to copy this too and paste it, so I can have a record for table A, a page for table A, also a list page for table B, sorry, for table A. So give an ID and make sure this is page A, and make sure this is also table A. So we'll come back to change this card ID, right? But let's go to the page A first. Let's give it a new ID. So right, so this is done, but we need to change this to a page table A. Then we'll come back here and say page A, right? So we know that we don't have this reference code on the table. We remove it. We come to the page, also we remove this, right? So this is very beautiful. So I can go ahead and publish, so that we can showcase the importance of using field group, right? So you must have faced this issue, you must have faced this challenge, and you have been looking at different ways in which you are going to solve this. So let me just publish this, right? Okay. All right, so we have published, so I can go ahead and say page A, right? So from page A, I can go ahead and start creating a record. Let's say this is Aziz as the ID, then the name is Aziz Oyebowale, and I'm a male, which is good. And let's just say that's the only record. So for table B, for page B, right, let's also do the same. Let's say this is Wale, and this is just Wale. Okay, but in this case it wants to reference what's it called, table A, right? So all right, so you can see that on the table relates, I can only see two fields. There are cases whereby you will only have just a single field. So a way for you to be able to display when a table is related to a certain table and you want a certain order of information on the table relation. So this is where the field groups comes in, right? So field groups could be used in two different ways. It could probably be used right here in to display the particular information here. You can see by default it's on list. So if I change it on tile, so these informations that you see here will be based on the field group I have actually provided, right? So let's get into it. So when I come into the development environment under the field group, so I can apply field group and say there's a field group called drop down. So this drop down means that whenever there is a drop down on this particular record, okay, this is the information I want to show. So if I say I only want the gender to appear whenever this table or this record is being looked up, so So if I publish this, you would see that the only information I would see when I table relate into this record would be just this gender. So this way I'm able to customize what the user sees in terms of when a table is being related to an existing record. So let's move into the page B and see what we have. Mind you, there are some cases whereby you would have seen just one. The primary key by default will be the one showing. But in this case, I can also control what is being displayed. You can see that because of my field group, I'm saying whenever any drop down or a lookup is being event occurs, please just display only gender for me. So let's go ahead and just make a proper, let's say we want the ID to show, we also want the name, then the gender. So I can save this and publish and see how this works, right? So this is pretty much how to control what users can see in terms of when drilling down into a specific record. So you might have faced this challenge, right? I faced it earlier in my career, and that's why I was like, let me put this video out there. There might be other people that ask this challenge, don't know how to actually fix it, or probably there are some fields that are showing that you don't want it to be displayed by default, right? So this is a page B. Now let's see what we have. So when I come here, I can see now that it is being ordered by my ID, then my name, and then the gender, right? So if you find this video helpful, do subscribe, like, share, drop a comment if you have a specific request. So I actually like seeing a request on the comment line so I can make a video in regard to that. And do not forget, in all of my videos you will see a GitHub link that has the code that we have actually used for the demonstration. And like I said, we are going to continuously build on this YouTube folder so that we can create different projects underneath. So thank you for watching.